Hello and welcome back to another something of the Read Only Friday podcast. You'll notice it's just Mike and Craig and I. Um, I have to be honest, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't tell him.
Mike just literally said like a while ago, like what was it, like last week or something? It was like he was like, I have an idea for a short video. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Just
Yeah.
join a call with me.
Yep.
So at this point, this is his show. I'm just the guy
You're along
sitting
for the
in.
ride.
I'm along for something. I don't know. This is either going to be a ride or, knowing you, I could be in for another like game show episode thing that's about to
Oh, that
happen.
would have been such a big brain play. That really would have been a big brain play. I'm
I'm
disappointed in
terrified, Michael.
myself.
I'm terrified. I just want you to know.
Alright. Well, I'll share my screen so you know exactly what's going on. Because I haven't shared my screen at all. You have no clue.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Here.
correct. I'm not seeing anything yet.
Alright. I would like you to read this to me, and
Oh.
we'll go through it.
Oh no. Okay. See, at first I thought these were BuzzFeed quizzes, and then I see what is this website? Clickhole?
It's like a knockoff of... It's like the Onion's version of BuzzFeed.
Okay, so it's BuzzFeed, but like not
But
taking
like...
itself seriously.
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
really obviously joking.
okay, this is fine. Uh, wait a minute. What? Why is this written like? Why is this written like Gollum wrote this?
It sucks you
What?
don't know. All right, I guess some context would be good.
Yes, please, God.
So this is a play on Harry Potter's Dobby, the little elf thing Harry Potter has,
Oh,
and Dobby does not speak proper English.
I,
Well, he speaks proper English, but I mean it's very like it's low confidence,
okay.
kind of like
For the record,
your
for the audience, I think this is important to note. I've never seen Harry Potter.
yeah. He hasn't seen
Any
Harry
of them.
Potter,
Never
so
seen them, never read the books, never anything. I not for any particular reason, just never did. Uh, so yeah, I thought Gollum when I saw this, but I mean, I guess if I'm basically picturing Dobby as a good version of Gollum
yeah.
in Harry Potter.
That's a good way of putting him. As far as I've only seen the movie, so I can't say if he's good in the books. But
Okay. I'm
yeah,
only basing that purely based on this dialogue that is in front of me.
yeah. Do you wanna read the dialogue?
I don't see. I could, but I feel like I'd be doing it a disservice if I didn't do some kind of voice.
Oh, that's
But
even better. What stereotype? Who you think Dobby is? Or I'm
I
sorry,
said who?
Grundor.
Who?
If you read the bottom part, under the picture,
Oh,
you
who?
are Grundor.
Who's that? Is that
It's
just a name they
it's
made
the
up?
made up version of
Oh
Dobby.
God. Okay.
So let's get started. I'm very excited for this. I'm glad it was kept under lock and key.
See. Okay.
There's
Now I'm
only
just
one
trying
way
to.
up. There's only one way up from here.
I'm just. I'm trying to come up with a voice because the only reason I know who.
Would it help you to get to look up like a Dobby
No.
real
Well. Okay.
fast?
Fine. I'll look up his face or something. But
Yeah, actually, I can pull that up.
well. Okay. God, your recommendations are just all over the place. Oh, okay.
He's a little house elf.
Okay.
He's a little house elf. He's not too big. He's not like a big strong person. He's very small. He's like
He looks like
maybe
a
about
rejected Muppet.
yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
All right, you ready? You got your voice prepared?
This is gonna. I'm I'm sorry for any headphone listeners because this is about to get out of control. Uh, does Master like the which Marvel superhero are you quiz I have prepared for him? Does it please, master? I'm never doing this again.
This is so
No,
great.
I'm not doing the voice. I'm not. This is God.
It sounds like a horrible version of Yoda.
I mean, that's pretty much the only. Yeah, I guess that was just a high pitched version of Yoda.
Alright,
But
do you want to just use your voice then?
yes, I'm not doing. God, I'm gonna like ruin my voice if I do that. Which actually wouldn't be good because I have like 6 meetings tomorrow, so I can't go into
Jesus.
all of them and be like, "Hi." Oh God. Okay. I can't get over how this is written. If it is okay with Master, first Grundor will ask Master about his favorite cocktail. This will
You
help
missed a
Grundor.
little. You missed a little section above here.
Oh God, you're gonna make me read that too.
Mhm.
That's the caption. That's not even a.
It's all it's context. It's context. It's
Okay.
flavor text.
Oh, Master, you're here. How wonderful it is. I, your humble servant Grundor. Thank you so much for clicking on my link, Master. Well, I didn't exactly do that, so already right off the bat, just kind of lying. Um, Grundor has prepared a lovely quiz for you, a lovely quiz to determine which Marvel superhero you are, Master. Grundor hopes this quiz is pleasing to Master. If it is unsatisfactory, Master must. Oh no! Oh no! I don't want to do that. God, now Master will take Grundor's quiz to find out which Marvel character Master is. I already have. Also, by the way, I have a problem with the first question.
What's
Um,
that?
I don't drink.
Well,
I don't know what any of
what
these
the
are.
problem is, you're Grundor, and I'm doing your quiz.
Oh,
You're
you're
just
doing.
reading these.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
like making me do the quiz too.
No. I'll do the quiz, but
Okay.
I
All
just
right.
wanted you to read aloud for me. I'm having a little
Oh,
bit hard time reading this.
that okay. Was this quiz actually written like this? Is this like if I go to this link right
Yeah,
now, is it going to be written or
yeah. I did
did you
not do anything to this.
did you do some sort of weird like control F like or like inspect element and like totally you didn't do that at
No,
all?
no.
God, okay. All right.
I'll send you
If
the link afterwards, but
okay. If it is okay with Master, first Grundor will ask Master about his favorite cocktail. This will help Grundor determine if Master is more like Spider-Man, the Hulk, or Black Widow, or even a different Marvel character. Spider-Man is like 16. He can't drink. But okay. What is your favorite cocktail, Michael?
Grundor, I'm really feeling the Moscow Mule out of this.
I okay. I don't know what that is, but Grundor will use this information to understand which superhero Master is. If Master is unhappy with these questions, he must yell at Grundor.
Oh, don't worry, Grundor. I'll do that to you.
I have a bad feeling that that's where this is going to go.
Go on, Grundor. Please read the rest of the quiz.
Okay, next question for Master. If Master could have any superpower, what would it be?
Grundor, you're doing
Dungor?
Dungor, you're doing such a good job. I'm gonna dump some almonds on the floor for you to eat later.
What?
I know how much you love 4 almonds.
Okay. Thank you for your answers so far, Master. Grundor is getting a very good idea of which Marvel character Master is. Now Grundor has a new quiz question that he made just for Master. What is Master's favorite way to spend a Saturday night?
Huh. There's a lot of good answers, Grundor.
I don't like some of these.
Drawing things like Grundor for no reason really speaks volumes. But I'm gonna say hanging with the Bard's friends.
Okay. Grundor hopes this question was thrilling for Master.
Thank you, Grundor. It was very thrilling.
Michael, I'm not reading this next one. I'm not doing this.
Grundor, you gotta
You
read.
can imagine that I read those. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You gotta remember, you're not reading for me. You're reading for the audience.
The audience can read. They know what's happening. They know what sick game this is.
You wanna piece together at least the context of what's happening for our auditory only listeners.
Here, fine. You know what? I'm gonna make a slight adjustment to the sentences as I go, so
Okay.
that they have an idea. Grundor must say, Master's eyes are looking
Normal.
eye-ish today. Such standard eyes for Master. Grundor acknowledges that Master has eyes very much.
How dare you look at me? No, I was kidding. Thank you, Grundor.
Grundor is getting a clear idea of which Marvel superhero Master is. Time for the next question in Grundor's quiz. What is Master's favorite movie genre?
You know, I really love a good sci-fi.
Okay. Grundor's favorite movie is any movie where the beautiful woman named Godzilla just stores Tokyo. What? Grundor has a big crush on Mrs. Godzilla, but if Master wishes to marry Godzilla instead, Gr- Grundor will acknowledge this and move on with his life because he's not reading this sentence. First of all, a couple of things. I haven't seen any Godzilla movies either, but is Godzilla is
Godzilla, I believe. I don't know if Godzilla's a female or not.
okay.
That's a guy. That's a question for the guy on your team.
Yeah, for sure. Also, wait, no, no, I don't want to get into that. That's fine. Uh, oh God,
Oh, I thought you were talking about this question.
no, yeah, I just what is Master's favorite way to punish Grundor?
Uh, do I like using spider webs to hang Grundor by his feet in the ceiling? I don't know, using super strength I can become angry to the box Grundor's wretched ears. My archery skills to shoot Grundor at his disgusting feet. That seems mean. Use my power Wakanda ancestors to pick up Grundor by his long ears and swing him around like a lasso. You know, I can never hurt your Grundor. No, that's not. Landing my spaceship on top of Grundor while listening to the Chain by Fleetwood Mac. I'm really stuck between the Wakandan ancestors of swinging you around and landing my spaceship on top of you.
Just conveniently skipping over option 5. Okay.
Let's say the Wakandan. I like swinging you around like a lasso.
Okay. Oh, what? Look, Master, Grundor has found some string. String for Master that Grundor found on the floor of a family's house while they were sleeping. Does Master like the string Grundor found for Master?
It's a very nice string, Matt Grundor. I'm very proud of you.
Okay. God, how many questions are there?
We're halfway
God.
through.
I was hoping the scroll bar would account for like the last 2/3 of the page having a bunch of comments or something.
I mean, it probably does.
Oh, oh,
uh,
Master, guess what? Grundor lives under the kitchen sink and survives by sucking nutrients out of a dirty sponge.
yes, Grundor. I am very much aware.
Uh, On Christmas, Grundor likes to dip the sponge in soy sauce for an extra flavorful holiday taste.
Good job, Grundor.
Now, Master must pick a favorite food.
There's only one food here I would
You
really
know,
go
I
for.
saw it right when you said it, and if this isn't the answer that you're gonna pick, I'm gonna lose it.
It's obviously avocado toast.
Wait, what? You're
I
just
eat
gonna skip over chocolate shake? Really?
honestly, I eat way more mac and cheese than I do chocolate shake.
Okay. Grundor had a dream where Master looked at him with eyes. Grundor acknowledges this in the dream and woke up feeling normal and rested. I'm not so nervous about the actual question here. I'm more concerned about what the answer is going to be. Now Master must pick a favorite pop star.
You know, there's Ariana Grande. I don't know. Madonna. My grandfather used to like Madonna. I'm not a big Drake person. Beyonce. Bruno Mars is good. But you know, Grundor, above all else, I dislike all these singers. This
Okay.
question displeases me.
Oh my god. What is okay. Look, Master, Grundor has drawn a picture of Grundor and Master being friends together. Does this please Master?
You know, Grundor, is this what I look like to you? Is this what I look like to you, Grundor?
Honestly, yeah.
This is a hideous picture. Throw in the garbage where it belongs.
No, scroll up. I think this is pretty accurate. If anybody wants to know what Michael looks like, I think that guy on the right is a pretty good description.
If anybody wants to know what Wade looks like, the picture on the left is accurate to scale.
To scale. No.
Actually, this is Grundor, and this is Wade's extra persona.
Eh, okay. Okay, Master, last question. Oh, thank God. And then Grundor will be able to tell Master what Marvel superhero he is. What do you value the most?
You know, I appreciate you, Grundor. No, I'm just kidding. I want power.
Okay. I,
Was
you got Spider-Man?
you
How'd
wanna
you manage that?
you wanna
Did
read
you
the?
did you answer any of them like actually Spider-Man related?
Let's find out. You wanna read this, Grundor?
No.
What? I can't. I'm having a hard time reading it, Grundor.
God, okay. Good news, Master. According to Grundor's quiz, Master is Spider-Man. Just like Spider-Man, Master is friendly and good at solving puzzles. Spider-Man sometimes saves the lives of innocent civilians, which is nice, and Master sometimes give Grundor almonds to eat off the floor, which is also nice. The only difference between Master and Spider-Man is that Master has other differently colored eyes than Spider-Man, and that would make Spider-Man not notice anyone is different. Grundor hopes that this quiz was pleasing to Master. If Master did not like Grundor's quiz, then Master must give Grundor more almonds and go wait underneath the kitchen sink to decide if Grundor deserves to be rewarded for this quiz or left to deal with have the sponge and stuff. I
Good job, Grundor. I'm very proud of you.
Okay.
You found out with Spider-Man all along.
Tough talk for a guy that can't read.
What was that?
Tough talk for a guy that can't read.
uh, you know, I put you to a lot doing this quiz, didn't I?
Oh no.
Why don't I read a quiz to you? Will that
Okay.
make you feel better?
I, okay.
Let me just get a time sense
This
first.
this is a game show. This is a game show episode. This is like I don't know what
All
this is.
right.
Uh, uh,
I just want to
oh.
follow up on that creepy message I wrote in blood on your bathroom mirror. I hope you've been well. Just circling back to the thoughts on the message I left in your bathroom mirror the other night, the one written in blood. If you have availability today, I'd love to hear about your experience. Thank you in advance. All right. Would you kindly receive that the bloody note I left on your mirror at 3 a.m. a few evenings ago? For your convenience, I'll relay the message here. I can't wait to hear your face.
If you ever do this voice again, I will leave the podcast forever. No, I was not aware of your creepy message until now.
Would you say you were frightened by the message?
I was frightened more by the way you said it.
Is that an unsure? I'm not sure what that equates to.
Go ahead and put no.
What was your reaction upon discovering my message? More specifically, did you scream? I want to ensure this experience is frightful as possible to you.
I was mostly focused on using the toilet because that's apparently what I'm doing right now when I got the message.
Alright, so you did not scream.
No.
Is this the first time you received a bloody message in your bathroom mirror?
I think
It's
think
okay, be
option
honest.
I think option 4 is what we're doing. That's happened.
Interesting. Feces is a very intricate way as someone to write a bathroom mirror message.
It requires a lot of it.
When it comes to bloody bathroom mirror messages, it's important to strike the correct tone. In which the following words would you say best describes the tone of the message you received? How did you feel when I read it aloud, or when you first read it on the bloody mirror?
I thought it was very professional.
Alright, I'm glad to hear. I do like to keep myself very professional. Please indicate how strongly you agree or disagree with the following statement. The bloody note on my bathroom mirror made me feel terrified at the prospect of my own impending death.
I'd rather not say.
And please indicate how strongly you agree or disagree with the following statement. I am ready to die in a violent, gruesome fashion. Note your response will have no influence on the matter and will be used for internal purposes only.
I have no opinion at this time.
In the entrance of Transparency. It should be noted that the message on your mirror was written by a dog. Dog blood, not human blood. Does this disclosure change how you feel about the note?
It does not affect my feelings towards the note one way or another.
I see you're very neutral about the note. This is not this was not included in my original message, but please know that there is no escaping me.
I will note this in my records.
Please do. In terms of when I come to cut your face off, it is mine. I will wear it. Do any of the following items work for you? Or times work for you, I'm sorry. Do any of the following times work for you? There's tonight, 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 and tonight.
I think tonight.
Which one was that? I'm sorry, my recollection.
You just said it.
Oh, you're
You
right.
just went through and listed.
Great, I have all the information I need. However, I'm looping my associate Joseph here. If after this conversation you have any questions regarding the gory note I left on your bathroom mirror, please reach out to Joseph. He'll give you any answers you need.
Thank you, but I do not anticipate that I'll have any additional questions.
Thank you. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you for your time. I'll touch base later tonight when time comes to for me to cut your face off. See you then.
See you then. Is that it? Did that even change any of the oh. No, what?
Thank you for
Oh,
your feedback.
oh.
Okay, it's just this invaluable information will provide me help me write more effective bloody messages on my mirrors in the future. Your death is imminent.
Okay. Fantastic.
Now, got two more of these I had found.
Okay.
Can you teach Big Bird to act appropriately in court during his upcoming murder trial? Big Bird is some kind of huge chicken who might have recently killed a person. He is appeared in court discreet to stand trial for a murder. Unfortunately, Big Bird has no idea how you're supposed to behave in court, and is left to his own devices. He will cause lots of problems for himself. He needs some coaching. Can you teach Big Bird to act appropriately during his upcoming murder trial? Let's just start off right off the bat.
Okay.
It's important to know that Big Bird is accused of murdering and killing an ambassador from the French Consulate of New York City. The man was discovered disemboweled with a huge pile of big yellow feathers, and the big pile of feathers was found next to the body along the words of Bag Bird, written in blood. How would you advise Big Bird?
Bag Bird?
Yeah. How would you advise Big Bird to explain away this evidence? Would you instruct him to tell the jury that the feathers were probably came from Grover? Would you tell him, it sounds like we got a killer named Big Bag Bird on the loose. He should tell the police to look for Bag Bird. Would you instruct Big Bird to tell the jury that the feathers were his, and he found the French ambassador after he was already dead and trying to bring him back to life by dumping a pile of feathers on him? Or would you tell lots of people shed big piles of yellow feathers and when they're killing people? They could have come from anybody. I just tell Big Bird to ignore it.
Huh. There's a few ways this could go.
Just remember, Big Bird's hands is on you're his lawyer.
Yeah. Well, for starters, number one's not going to work because they'll just bring Grover and be like, "This dude ain't yellow," so that's out. Bagbird is plausible, but I don't know if they have any other evidence. So number two is a maybe. Tell the jury that the feathers are his, but he found the French ambassador. See that one kind of puts him on the scene already. So if they have more evidence, then he's admitting to being on the scene. So that's probably a no. Lots of people shed big piles of yellow feathers. I'd like you to name one.
I shed lots of big piles of yellow feathers.
But do you?
Do I?
Oh, I, number two.
All right, sounds like we got a killer on our hands.
Okay.
And it's not Big Bird, it's a Bag Bird. One thing that's important to know about Big Bird is that he's obsessed with teaching lessons. This makes him for a good fit on Sesame Street. But when he's not on Sesame Street, he carries around the trash bag filled with large assortment of spiders, cockroaches, and other insects who he refers to as his students. Periodically,
Okay.
Big Bird will open his trash bag full of bugs and shout educational things into it, like the letter J is coming to kill me, or the French is just Spanish spoken in a deeper voice. If he pulls this shit in front of the jury, it's not going to win him any goodwill. How would you discourage this behavior? I haven't read this one. This is great.
What what substances do you have to be under the influence of to write these? Which ones?
Sugar. Anyway,
Okay.
I would tell Big Bird that the bugs and spiders in his trash bags already know everything and are professors at Harvard, so there's no need to continue in teaching them stuff. Or would you do number two? I would donate the bag of bag of bugs or spiders to Syria and tell Big Bird that his students have joined ISIS. Number three, would you drop a I would drop a calculator into the trash bag and tell Big Bird the bugs and spiders are learning math from the calculator, so his services are no longer necessary. Or four, I would actually let Big Bird keep yelling lessons at the bugs. Maybe a few jury members also like to carry around bags of insects and teach them things. So if they find Big Bird more relatable.
All right. Uh, number one isn't gonna work because I feel like he would just be stubborn and keep yelling at him. Number two is very plausible, but I'm gonna save that for until I get through the other ones.
Oh my
Number
god.
three would work, but I imagine he's teaching them more than just math. So
That's true.
uh, he would just shout other things in there besides math problems. Also, no one carries around a trash bag full of bugs, so number
You
four
tell
is
me you
not
don't
going to
keep a
work.
bag of trash bag, a
No, I
trash bag
don't.
of bugs with you yelling at it every periodically. Make sure their education level is on par.
No. Number two is pretty much a solid choice. The only thing that could go against it is if he somehow has another trash bag. So I'm gonna go ahead and say
Y-
two based
Are
on
you
the premise that
are you
he's
suggesting Big Bird has like multiple like bags that he refers to as like different classes and students?
look. 20 minutes ago, I never thought Big Bird would kill anyone, but here we are. Uh, yeah, number two.
All
Hopefully, he
right.
doesn't have another bag somewhere.
Well, according to Big Bird, his alibi for where he was at the time of murder was that he was looking for Elmo. Elmo cannot confirm whether or not this is true because he
Wait,
says that night of the murder he was in an unconscious trance, like state brought on the by the mag. Yeah, let me rephrase. Let me reset that. Elmo can confirm whether or not this is true because he says that on the night of the murder he was in an inconspicuous trance-like state brought on by the music of Frank Saba. So Elmo has no memory of what happened that night. How would you suggest Big Bird alter his alibi?
I want to make a important distinction here. You said looking for Elmo, but that says looking at Elmo, which is an entirely different.
Oh, yeah, that's
That changes the meaning a little bit, but
I honestly I thought his alibi for an alibi looking at Elmo does not make sense. So I think I just probably pieced together he's looking for Elmo.
no, that's fine. I
Yeah,
get how you did that. I want to make it clear to the audience that
I did not realize that myself.
no, I just want to make it clear for the audience that
This is why I'm not the lawyer,
Big Bird is looking straight at Elmo, as in he is within eyesight and is staring at him.
and Elmo cannot
Um,
confirm. All right, let's read the answers. Would you urge Big Bird to include more specific details of his alibi, such as where he was looking at Elmo and what Elmo was doing while Big Bird was looked at him? Would you urge Big Bird to include more specific details in his alibi, such as whether or not he was looking at Elmo in the dark or looking at Elmo from far away? Would you tell Big Bird to change his alibi from looking at Elmo to staring at Elmo? Or would you tell Big Bird that any alibi he says is fine, as long as he whispers it?
huh. Well, Elmo's doing us a massive favor because he all he can do is not able to confirm because uh if he was unconscious, then
Well,
uh
he's in a trance. He wasn't
well,
unconscious.
okay, but unconscious trance, it's like you can't really let's see. Being include more specific details such as where he was looking at Elmo and what Elmo was doing when Big see that's a good idea, but he can't get too specific because then if he ends up contradicting himself later, that's going to look bad.
Do you feel like Big Bird has done the crime? It sounds like you're starting to doubt Big
listen,
Bird.
listen. I'm
You're his
practicing
lawyer.
this
You're his
this
defense
non. Yeah,
attorney.
I am as a defense attorney, and I'm preparing. Because I mean, I don't know. I didn't ask. He could have done it.
If you're a defense attorney, regardless if they did it or not, you're supposed to argue that they didn't do it.
I'm
They're
not.
paying you.
I'm
They're
arguing.
paying you.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm arguing, and I'm telling him that if he gets too specific with his alibi, then it could backfire.
Okay, I heard some doubt in your voice, and I was unsure if your attorney level was on
Look,
par for this case.
Big Bird has gone a little nuts, so probably did it. But as a defense attorney, I'm trying to do my job. And hashtag not a real lawyer. Include more specific details, such as whether or not he was looking for Elmo in the dark or looking at Elmo. See, that's probably looking at like so. Going down to the next one real quick. Tell Big Bird to change his alibi from looking at Elmo to staring at. That changes nothing. Um, Tell Big Bird that any alibi he says is fine as long as he listens. I can't just lie
If no
to
one's
him.
there, if no one can hear him,
That's
does,
not. No, I'm gonna go with number two. I think the number two answers are usually the solid ones here. It's this pattern I'm picking up.
okay. When Bergberg is in a large group of people, such as a courtroom, he likes to perform what he calls his special trick.
Oh
To
my
perform his
god!
special trick, Big Bird lays an egg on the floor and sits on it for about 15 minutes. The egg hatches, and a
Oh.
human arm crawls out. Big Bird picks up the human arm and uses it to slap people in the face. Big Bird's special trick is disgusting and violent, and should not be done in court. How would you discourage Big Bird from doing his special trick during the murder trial? Would you have Big Bird sterilized or sterilized by a veterinarian or car mechanic in order to make sure he doesn't lay eggs anymore? Would you tell Big Bird that everyone in the courtroom has already seen Gordon Ramsay do a similar trick on the episode of MasterChef, so if he does it, no one would be impressed? Would you tell Big Bird that he can make money if he sells his eggs on Craigslist, and he's just wasting them on doing his special trick for free? Or would you tell Big Bird his special trick actually sounds really impressive? I would let him go for it. Maybe it'll make the jury stand up and cheer.
All right, I'm gonna go from the bottom answer to the top because I feel like if I go that way, the answers increasingly get better instead of
Okay.
me explaining it backwards. So number four, no, I don't ever want anyone to see this. This is horrifying. He can make money if he sells his eggs. See, I could tell him that, but if he gets desperate enough, he's gonna want to try anything he can. So he's gonna try and do his special trick anyway. Um, Gordon Ramsay do a similar trick. I think is this the second question that's referenced Gordon Ramsay?
No, I think this is the first.
Is it the first? Okay, I swear I've seen Gordon Ramsay somewhere else in this checklist, but uh,
Oh, okay, after, but I think it's the first.
well, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I don't think Gordon Ramsay is capable of doing anything close to this. So I don't think that's true. I'd just be lying to him. The safest option is to take Big Bird to the car mechanic, not the veterinarian, the car mechanic, to make sure he can't lay any eggs.
Okay. Now, how
Simplest
much
way.
money
He
do you
might
think,
try it anyway, but he just look like a fool.
as a side question, how much do you think Big Bird can actually make selling his eggs on Craigslist?
Are human arms the only thing that comes out of these?
All the information is on the question.
Are you sure?
It's as much information as I have.
I
You
don't
have
know.
to ask. You can ask Big Bird yourself. You are his defense attorney.
An egg with a human arm in it probably goes for like $70. Well, wait a minute. Oh, well, hang on.
You're
have
missing
no
the
way of,
market here.
see. No, I have no way of knowing what the answer to this question is, nor do I want to know. But I think we have to consider what the price of an actual human arm is on the
There
black
we go.
market.
That's what I was gonna say. I think we're missing the market.
So whatever that is, and then I'd say add like another $100 on top of it for the novelty.
Okay.
It's like a Kinder egg.
Yeah. It's kind of surprising every bite. One of Big Bird's most serious problems is that he can't tell the difference between himself and the other birds.
Oh
If he
my
sees a
God.
regular sized bird, like a pigeon or something, he points at it and says, "That's me! There I am!" And then he will try to eat the smaller bird while mumbling, "It's me! I have freedom!" It's deeply unnerving to witness, and some kind of bird flew past the window of the courtroom during his murder trial. He would definitely alienate the jury with his bizarre behavior. What steps would you take to ensure this doesn't happen? Would you stand outside the courtroom with a tennis racket to swat away any bird that gets close to Big Bird? Would you explain that to Big Bird that he is the only Big Bird, that I would prove this by eating a family-sized bucket of KFC in front of him and showing him how I eat the chicken? Nothing bad happens to him because he is not the other birds. Would you, in the situation Bird does get into a court, would you place the name tag on it and say, "Hello, my name is Reggie," and then so when Big Bird sees the regular sized bird, he says, "I thought that bird was me, but that's Reggie." Or would you say Big Bird is right, and those birds are Big Bird, and every bird is Big Bird?
All right, number 4 is just incorrect. Not all birds are Big Bird.
Wait, what?
Um,
Don't do
what?
this to me.
I said number 4 is incorrect.
Yeah, and
No Big Bird. Big Bird is not all birds.
what?
Um,
I thought every bird was Big Bird.
if a bird gets into the courtroom, that does kind of assume the impossible scenario in which a bird actually gets inside. I will say this question does not have any good answers. I don't like any of these. But uh, number 2 is risky because if I eat the chicken in front of him, he could go nuts and try and eat them anyway and cause the whole thing. And I don't want my arm taken off. Um, Number 1 is a very bad idea because as his legal counsel, I have to be there at all times, and
Absolutely.
I can't be away from him.
Mhm.
Um, I would like to I don't know if I can. The actual answer here is to get someone else to stand outside the courtroom with a tennis racket, but,
Interesting.
uh, if I'm confined to the options here, I'm gonna go ahead and say number 3 and just hope that a name tag is enough to convince him that he's not the bird.
You do have to remember, Big Bird is educated. He is teaching students about
This is
bugs and
true.
spiders.
This is true.
Do you think this
So,
simple trick will go past on them?
hopefully, well, yes,
Okay, we'll
because
find
that's
out.
slightly more advanced than, like, 1st grade spelling.
Okay. Now, just a heads up, every so often, Big Bird's eyes will roll in the back of his head and he'll scream, "Today's lesson was brought to you by the number 8." And then a 50-foot marble statue of the number 8 will emerge from the ground, destroying everything in its path. There's no way to stop this from happening.
I mean, okay.
You'll make note of that?
Yeah, let's put 'em
Okay.
in the file.
Okay, one last thing. Cookie Monster recently told Big Bird about his crucifixion of Jesus Christ
God, what is
and how
happening?
Big Bird is very afraid of hammers. When judge bangs his gravel, Big Bird is probably going to shoot ink out of his ink set directly into the judge's face as an unconscious defense mechanism. How would you prepare Big Bird so he's not afraid of the gavel sound? Would you make Big Bird wear a big pair of earmuffs in the court so he cannot hear the gavel sound? Would you tell Big Bird that Cookie Monster was lying about the Romans and they have never crucified Jesus? You would also tell him Jesus passed away at the age of 63 because he accidentally inhaled his own beard in his sleep and suffocated? Would you give a Big Bird impersonation therapy by showing him pictures of hammers from 12 continuous hours prior to his appearance in court? Or would you say, look, it's entirely possible that the judge is going to use his gavel to crucify Big Bird. He has every right to be afraid.
Number 4, that's not gonna happen. Uh,
You don't know this
I f
judge.
I feel like giving Big Bird immersion therapy is just gonna traumatize that's gonna do nothing but traumatize Big Bird right before the trial, which is probably not a good idea. Um, Number 2 might work for the purposes of the trial, but 2 things can go wrong. First of all, uh, he could find out before the trial, and then I'd lose my job because he'd fire me, and I really need the money. Uh, Number two, he could find out later, and then I'd wake up to him doing that special trick thing, and I don't like it. Um, I guess number one makes the most logical sense as long as he's not looking at the hammer when it's happening, because I feel like the sight could still make him triggered.
You see, but
But
now you're only solving half the problem.
well,
And not only that, but
I
he
think
won't be able to hear
solving.
any.
I
He
look
won't be able to hear anything in the court. If he's wearing
well.
big earmuffs, he won't be able to hear what's going on.
Honestly, it might be for the best. I might as well just be doing all the talking at this point. I don't think he needs to talk.
Okay. So what's your answer?
I guess number one, also off the record, this is the solution to the problem. Just put a bullet to his head.
Jesus. Put him down.
Just put him down.
He's done his service to community.
You know what? Actually, before we go any further, I think I need to make a quick.
Oh no, I hear the typing.
Okay.
Well, this is the final question.
Big Bird is, I believe, I guess, Big Bird is referred to as he, or he him.
Yeah.
I was looking because I heard some rumors that Big Bird might have been a girl, but then I just realized we might have been saying it wrong the whole time. But like Wikipedia, I believe, is referring to Big Bird as he him. So
Well, the quiz also refers to him as a he him.
oh, does it? Okay.
So he's not afraid of the gavel sound.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah. All right, so you're gonna make him wear big earmuffs.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens. Hey, nice job. According to this quiz, she'll be really good at teaching Big Bird to act appropriately in court during his upcoming murder trial. Obviously, there's nothing anyone can do to make Big Bird totally normal, but with you by his side, he has a real shot at to beat this murder rap.
Okay. I guess I'm a good defense attorney.
Well, I have time for one more if you do.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's.
Which one of the kids who I sell samurai
Oh
swords to are you?
God.
I sell samurai swords to a couple kids in my neighborhood every now and then. There's Cronley, Ben, my neighbor's incredibly rude daughter, and a 12-year-old boy who wears one of the black garbage bags over his head, and only goes by the name The Shadow. Which one of these kids who I sell swords to are you? First, each one of the neighborhood kids who buy samurai swords from me call me by some inaccurate version of my name. That's not what my name actually is. Which messed up version of my name would you refer to me as? Would you call me Mr. President? The Bigfoot? The Sword Bitch? Or I would refuse to call you anything but Junior because I am far more skilled than you with the sword.
First of all, big fog.
Oh, Big Fog, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so you're the one reading the questions, so you're the one selling the swords.
Yes.
And
You're one of these kids.
I'm the children.
Yes.
And so I'd be calling you Junior if I pick the last one.
Yes.
Well, go ahead.
Is that your answer?
Junior.
Okay. The kids who buy
this quiz is way more fancy than the other ones. Just like check boxes and all that. What is happening? What UI upgrade did this get?
The kids who buy swords from me also send me text messages all the time. It makes me wish I never became a sword salesman. It turns my life into an endless hassle where I've always receiving text messages from the kids who want to buy my ancient Japanese weapons. Which one of these texts would you most likely send me when you want to come over and buy a samurai sword? Would you send, or you would be most likely to text me, I come over to buy lawn medicine from you, because I think if I refer to the swords as lawn medicine, then the police will not be suspicious if they intercept my text. However, I would then immediately follow up this text with the message saying that the lawn medicine is swords, which completely defeats the purpose of the original text, and who the hell knows what you're trying to accomplish. Would you most likely text me every single emoji that's available? Would you most likely text Where are the swords? I need the swords. Give me the swords. Give them the swords to me now. Or would you break our long one-sided text conversation in which I repeatedly ask you, or which you repeatedly ask me what puberty to command to command you to meet me behind the house and sell me a samurai sword? I gotta read that instead of the
No, yeah, it's not just you. I'm kind of struggling with this one too. I think they have the pronouns all over the place with this because like the the answers are phrased from the point of view of the kid, but the questions are phrased from the point of view of the
yeah.
sword salesman. So it's
I'm
like
trying to like
I'm
piece
constantly
together.
jumping back and forth. Yeah, yeah, like you
I
kind of
might just read them as is.
yeah. Well,
I might have to
yeah,
because I don't think I can read third person.
yeah. I don't know. The writing is kind of goofy on this one, but and as somewhat of a professional writer, it's kind of it's triggering me.
Oh, I
But
don't blame you.
uh,
As a professional sword salesman, this is very inappropriate.
uh, I feel like I feel like the child would just be very direct in just saying, "Where are the
Asking what
swords? I
puberty
need the
is.
swords. Give them the swords to me right
Oh,
now."
okay. Sorry, I was assuming. All right. The kids in my neighborhood who buy samurai swords from me all the time like to pay in a bunch of different ways. None of those ways is money, which is my preferred payment method of payment. What fucked up way would you pay me for these samurai swords? I would pay you in Miss Morley bucks, which are pretty useful in Miss Morsley's class. I would color an entire checkbook with crayon and give you the whole thing to you. I would scream as loud as I can directly into your ear and then whisper, I have paid you with my silence. Or I would turn a bear-like sap upside down and 4 severed wolf heads would fall out.
See, number 4 is probably the best option here because it goes to show that you're committed to using these swords and you're really maximizing on the potential that they're giving you.
I see. So, is that your answer?
Yeah, I think so.
The kids who I sell samurai swords like to play with the swords after I sell them. How would you play with your samurai sword on the street? I would make a robot outfit and cardboard boxes and then go to school while waving my samurai swords around wildly while yelling at my teachers that I am a cyborg named Dangerbot, the robot that accidentally kills people. I will mail pictures of me holding the sword to all the girls I think are cute. It's a fact that girls love boys who hold swords. I would wildly swing the sword at your face because I have no regard to human life whatsoever. I would show you how adept I am with the way of the sword by slicing off the tips of your bangs, but not nicking your skin. I would knock you out, or knock you to the ground until suddenly I have the samurai sword at your throat. I'd press the blade gently to your neck until it slightly draws blood, and I'd refuse to take it away unless you tell me why my voice is getting deeper and why I've been growing facial hair.
I really wonder about the last part sometimes, so I'm gonna go ahead and say the fourth option.
Okay. What would you say is the best part of having a samurai sword? I'm now able to win every game of kickball at recess if I pull out my sword and demand that my team won. Samurai swords are a major babe magnet. I can now force my parents to give me even more money than usual. Being able to kill so easily while also using it to threaten people for information, like asking them what pubes are, and why my friends at school won't stop talking about them.
All these questions are starting to have a theme to them, but I'm gonna go ahead and say number 4 as well.
Interesting. You were one of those kids. Would you say that the worst part of having a samurai sword, when some copycat at school mimics you with the butter knife and thinks he's just cool as you are, even though his sword sucks and would never be used by the ancient order of the samurai? When girls laugh and laugh at the pictures you took holding your sword, and then say that they didn't want to go on a date with you because you're a weirdo who owns a sword. Needing to put loud alarms on your sword so your parents can't take them from you when you're sleeping. When teachers take your samurai sword away after you use it to threaten the people who made fun of your voice cracking.
Well, the worst part about having something is when you lose it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say number 4.
Okay. As soon as one of these kids buys a samurai sword from me, they usually go off and try to fight off one of their enemies with it. Which one of these would you feel most compelled to try and fight with your samurai sword? Is it a goose, a female, your mother, or a samurai?
A female and your mother are two separate things.
I believe that, judging by the one kid, I believe
No,
that's his
yeah,
mom.
that tracks. Honestly, well, you have to practice and practice using, an actual opponent. So I'm gonna go ahead and find an actual samurai.
Interesting. Which one of these headlines would you run into at the local newspaper the day after I sold you a samurai sword? Local kid breaks into a numerous houses to destroy classmates' Lego cities with samurai sword. Local child asks girl to school dance by chasing her with the sword. Girl arrested for throwing samurai sword straight into the greenhouse. Masked samurai wielding vigilante steals every Playboy from yet another local gas station.
Uh, I do like the idea of just causing pure Lego cities chaos. Not even for the fact that it would just result in thousands of Lego pieces on the floor, but more so the fact that the thought of angry parents stepping on them over and over again for months at a time because the pieces will go flying. I'm gonna go ahead and say number one.
Alright, let's get your results. You're the 12-year-old boy who goes by the name The Shadow. Okay, so you're the goddamn Shadow. And to this day, I honestly have no idea whether you're one of the best swordsmen or ever, or just a normal kid. Because sometimes you show incredible metal skill when it comes to using the samurai sword. But other times, you say things that make it seem like you're just a normal 12-year-old who's bewildered by puberty. You frequently use the sword to disarm me with the skill of a master swordsman, but once you got your blade to my throat, you'll start interrogating me with questions about your changing body that I don't feel quite comfortable answering. My current theory is that, at some point, you had a fatherly sensei figure who taught you the ways of the blade, but then he abandoned you without teaching you about how puberty works. Also, you wear a garbage bag over your head to conceal your identity, and I have no idea what that's about. That seems dangerous.
Dangerous is my middle name, Michael.
I'm sure it is. Congratulations, you put up with me for an hour and
Oh God, has it been
answered
an
all my
hour?
questions.
Okay.
About like 7 minutes to an hour.
Okay. All right. Well,
I
yeah.
found, I originally was going to do the first one, but I was like, I looked through some other ones. I was like, these are kind of funny.
I I hope that whoever made these gets the help they need. Because they're clearly on some stuff. You want to go ahead and stop sharing there?
I'm just gonna switch us to whatchamacallit. Yeah, I guess I can stop sharing.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Just
want to.
just casually reveal our recording chat
Well, no, it's not
to
streaming.
to, to the world.
It only showed it for like a minute on the beginning part, but it's not showing you anything. It's not. It's right now. It's just showing the.
The pause button exists, and I just remembered that you had an idea. The
Well.
It's fine. Yeah. All right. I
I
don't
had to
know what
switch it
this
to Discord
was.
anyway, so now it's just recording our Discord, so I'll just blur it out.
No, that's fine. I don't know what this was. It was something, but
Did you
yeah,
enjoy yourself?
I did actually. No, it was good. The first one was a little bit. I don't know if I ever want to read anything like that ever again. But the other ones were fine. I enjoyed pretending to be a lawyer that actually knows anything.
Yeah,
Um,
I wanted to. I was gonna. I wasn't sure what order I was gonna go in. I was kind of debating, and I was like, you know what? I think the one is gonna start off great because it'll just give you the wildest curveball possible.
yeah,
But I think we settled into it pretty well.
yeah. No, it went very well. But
So
yeah,
how do you feel about this Grundor?
don't make me do this again.
Grundor, I asked you a question.
Don't don't do this. This is not how this works.
Anyway,
All right. Yeah. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Read Only Friday podcast, and we will catch you in the next episode. Goodbye,
yeah,
friend.
whenever this episode is released.
Yeah, whenever we actually release this because we mess up or something. I don't know.
It's like, what's gonna happen? All right. Well, have a good one.
Goodbye, Craig.